Hey everybody, Debbie here from Easy Piano Styles. How are you today? Today's lesson is on a turnaround, meaning, say you've just finished a verse and you've just finished, like I'm going to demonstrate with Someone to Watch Over Me, beautiful Gershwin song. I'm using. I'm starting on a G, and I'm going to go up a half a step to G sharp, diminished, like that. You can use a diminished seventh, but the seventh on top, and then a 2 chord, which is the A minor, and then the 5/7 chord, which is a D7, and then we're back to the G. That takes us from the first verse to the second verse. So let's analyze that again. We have G. We've ended on a G, and the second verse goes back to a G. So we want to have some filler music in between then, and we're going to what's called a turnaround. So it's filler in between the first and the second verse, or could be between a second verse and a bridge, or a bridge and a chorus, or a verse and a chorus. You get the idea, between sections. So here we have a G, and then we're going to go up to a G sharp diminished. So all that involves is raising the G up a half step like that. These two stay the same. We have G chord, G sharp diminished. I put a 7th on the top, and then a 2 chord, which is an A minor, and I put a 7th on that, and then the 5/7 chord. 5/7 chord to G is a D7, and I inverted that. And then we're back to, I'm a little lamb who's lost in the world. I hope I could always be good to wanna watch over me. And you could do it again. Except for, in that case, going into the bridge, although we may not be, it doesn't start on the G chord again. So the bridge, when it goes to a different chord, you couldn't go bum, 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 because that chord has to go to the G. So in other words, when you're doing this particular turn, the next section has to start with the same chord. Okay? Otherwise you do something else. Like in this case where it goes into the bridge, I'm doing, it goes to a 4 chord, it goes to a C, so I'm going to go, well, I won't get into that in this lesson. Let's just stick with this turn around. Okay, so let's just put that in a different key, because it's always good to, once you learn a riff, once you learn any kind of technique or embellishment, put it in another key. Put it in the key of C, put it in the key of G, F. You don't have to do it in the key of D flat, but do it in other keys: A, D, F, B flat, C, G, so that when you come across, when you're playing songs in these other keys, that you have that versatility to be able to put that and apply the embellishment into that particular song or that key. So that being said, let's say we're playing a song in the key of C, and you finished a section, a verse, and you want to, let's see, you're doing Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. For some reason I'm always using this song for demonstrations, in all my classes too. I don't know why. Coming for to carry me home, swing low, sweet chariot, see, carry me home. Okay, now I'm going into the next verse, so I could do our turnaround here. C, C sharp diminished, I'll put a 7th on the top, a 2, which is D minor, and then a 5/7, which is G7. Want to make it extra jazzy? Sharp the 5. Right, let's demonstrate that. Swing low, sweet chariot. then I just connected the verses that way. Let's do it in one other key while we're at it. Let's say we're doing the key of D. Alright, what would we do? We'd start with the D, D sharp diminished, the 2 chord of D is E minor, put a 7th on it, and a 5-7 from there, which is A7. I just did a little fancy thing there, flatting the 5. Just stick with the straight one. D sharp diminished, E minor, and A7. Right? That could go anywhere. You always want to have these little tricks that you can use to connect, right? Connect, to do something in between the verses rather than just la-di-da-di-da-di-da, sitting there, sitting there, sitting there. You need some music in there. Okay? All right. I will have a nice Memorial Day weekend, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.